What is going on, my super sandwiches? Rhymestyle here. Today I'm joined by ZZ Toasty. Get burnt for some ZZ Toasty fire collab, fire discussion, fire. I don't know. Today we're talking about Frost versus, almost says Botamo. Frost versus Goku and this most controversial of controversial outcomes. So before we start, obviously you get your one spoiler alert. Leave now if you don't want to talk about it. But today we'll be discussing what actually happened at the end. Now, I know there's been many videos made about this in the community. I've actually already made a video discussing this the day it happened. Actually, the day after. This past weekend, doesn't matter. And I'd toss out my own theory as to what happened. I believe that it was a Frost ability. But the reason why we're doing this video again is because there's one theory that's been going around the community that a lot of people are really stuck to, and they believe more than the fact that it's actually Frost is doing. And Toasty, do you want to kind of like summarize what we're talking about here?
All right, so everyone says that, Goku winked at Frost, right? Because in the episode, Frost gave his story about why he's even in the tournament in the first place. Champa said he would aid those, black alien children that Frost was celebrating with in the flashback when the backstory of Frost happened, and he said he would aid that planet, right? And he said,
well, it wasn't just that planet; it was just help his war efforts. Period.
Yeah, helpless war efforts entirely. And Frost was like, okay, that's cool. And like Frost, he used that as kind of a motivation for him in the entirety of the fight. Like he's saying we'll never give up or whatever. And Goku heard that, and everyone thought that Goku was being sentimental and like the hero type. He was like, oh, I feel sorry for this guy because he really wants the betterment of his universe or whatever. And this is what just people probably think Goku's thinking. And so they think that when Frost hit Goku on the hand and Goku closed his eye, they think it's a wink. Now, that I don't think, because whenever someone hits somebody in an anime, usually anime, in actual movies, video games, most of the time when you hit someone in the face, their eye will close. Yeah, they flinch. Their eye closes.
And not even that, but he didn't just flinch, but they actually showed his vision. He was blurred. It was blurry. That was actually
they showed how his vision was blurred.
Now, the first thing I want to actually cover is at the end of the episode itself, after he got subbed, the translation says, "What was that? I ain't got no idea what kind of technique was used." It's kind of a weird translation, but basically it says, "I have no idea what technique."
That's how Goku
used.
speaks. Goku speaks that way. That's for those of you who don't understand. Goku, when he's portrayed by Sean Schemmel, he doesn't speak that way. He speaks kind of like a Superman, like a hero. He doesn't speak like ain't, all that stuff. But Goku uses slang, at least in the Japanese version. So that's just how Goku's character is.
Well, the point is, in the outro or the preview for the next episode, Goku himself says he has no idea what kind of technique Frost used. But the other one is, before we even talk about further why he wouldn't throw a fight, is let's take it back to what Toriyama said a while ago. So there was an old interview. You can see it on the screen. Really old. They asked Toriyama, essentially, I think this is after Dragon Ball Z ended, they asked Toriyama how he felt about the anime so far. And this is exactly what he says. He says, excuse me, there's how basically Son Goku from Dragon Ball doesn't fight for the sake of others, but because he wants to fight against strong guys. So once Dragon Ball got animated, at any rate, I've always been dissatisfied with the righteous hero type portrayal they gave him, they being Toei. I guess I couldn't quite get them to grasp the elements of poison that slip in and out of sight amongst the shadows. At any rate, I wanted him to have a sense of being that rare guy who seeks only to become stronger than before, so much that he feels there's no one as pure as this person. And while he does end up saving everyone as a result of that, he himself at least has a very pure sincerity about wanting to become stronger. What I wanted to pick the most was the sense that he might not be a good guy at all, although he does good things as a result. So basically what that says is Toriyama's essential design of Goku was he is a selfish guy who just kind of cares about himself, and that's to become stronger. I mean, we've seen many selfish decisions that Goku has made in the series. I mean, he's given Cell a sense of being so he can beat up Gohan. He let many villains survive so he can fight them again later. Everything Goku does is for himself in a way. I mean, yes, he does save the world in the process. He even allowed for Frieza. In the Frieza movie, he said, yeah, go leave and get strong and then fight me again another day. He knew that he was winning, well, until he wasn't winning anymore. Goku is kind of a good guy by default, but it's just because of how everything falls in place. But it's not, he doesn't fight to be good. He fights for himself. Like he wants to just get as good as possible. Now in this situation, would he want to throw the fight to help Frost? Well, here's the situation. If him throwing the fight to help the kids, or in I guess the worlds of Universe 6, if that basically guaranteed Champa would help him, then he could possibly do that. However, Champa recruited Frost to help him win the tournament. So why would he throw a fight that could still be a loss for Universe 6, essentially, I'm trying to say. Does that make sense? Essentially, for Frost to get that assistance from Champa, they would need to win the tournament, not just win one fight. So, why would he just give up one fight if, Team Universe 7 could still win in the end? And then basically it was for nothing.
Especially because that's all the fighting he gets to do. Like, come on, think about it. Him and Vegeta trained 3 years in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber. You seriously thinking that Goku, because of a sob story from Frost, would throw the fight and throw out his entire, chance to fight the entirety of that tournament just off of a small story? Really? I get it that Goku and Vegeta both don't really think highly of, oh yeah, Champa wants this Earth for Universe 6. He doesn't think, oh yeah, that means the destruction of the world or anything. He just thinks, okay, we're switching universes. They don't think of it's a big deal. They've shown that already in previous episodes. I believe it was episode 29 or so, and saying that would be just annoying, but they don't really care that much about it in grand scheme of things. But Goku and Vegeta really wanted to use this tournament to fight, and Goku throwing that away, especially with all the other stuff. He has got blurred vision, he's got all this stuff, and he passed out. Keep in mind, when Frost kicked him out of the ring, Goku's eyes were closed. He was
passed out.
Yeah, he was passed out. He's up by the next episode, but he was passed out. So I don't really see how Goku could have thrown the fight if all that stuff was happening to him. What?
The other thing is you have to look at the other elements as well. For example, my favorite theory so far is the fact that this is an ability to Frost. Now, does this count as cheating? I say no, because any ability that you have as a character technically is part of your ability. If basically the only way Frost can win is by doing this, then by all means do it, because obviously there's a huge difference in strength. Goku is far superior to Frost than, when it comes to strength. But when it comes out to it, as Frieza once says, it's not the strongest who wins, but the smartest. And in this situation, if Frost had, because if you look at his arms, on both his arms, he has a little dot. I don't know if in there he has some kind of poison they can inject or what it was, but he clearly had to have used that because, like I said, when he connected that punch initially, we saw a small spark in his hand, we saw dots on his arm, and then we saw what happened next. There was, even Jocko saw it. There was a big surprising element that led to basically, it's okay, you know what, you're wide open, this worked, you're dizzy, I'm going to take my chance to knock you out and win. So, and also it makes sense because, Frost obviously can't be on the same strength as Goku, because I feel like he's going to lose to Piccolo. Piccolo has to be the one that delivers the victory in the next round. I feel like when it comes down to strength, Frost and Piccolo are probably more in the same length. And Piccolo now knows that Frost might have that secret ability to poison him. And will that work on Piccolo? No, because he's aware of it. And essentially, Goku got sucker punched, which we've seen so much in the series. Vegeta sucker punched him. We saw him get sucker blasted by, Sorbet in the Resurrection F saga. It happens so much, and this is essentially just another one of those weaknesses for Goku. He dropped his guard, got poisoned, and he lost the fight. It was not thrown. There's no way it was thrown.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I thought it would be pretty clear, but
yeah. Yes, there's a lot of theories out there, and we won't obviously know until the next episode airs. And for all we know, they might not even explain it, because Toriyama has been infamous for doing that a lot in the series. But when it comes down to these theories, I think this is by far my least favorite, just because I feel like a lot of people think that Goku is way heroic than he actually really is. And like I said, this is an actual statement from Toriyama that I showed you earlier in the video. He designed Goku to be just this guy who does stuff for himself. He wants to get stronger, and he's not going to throw a fight just because he wants Frost to get that system with Champa. Because again, he won't give up a whole tournament that he trained literally 3 years for so he can fight people just for one guy. It just doesn't make any sense. And that's why we have to do another video about this. I did a video with Geekdom, actually. I think we did it yesterday, where we discussed or dissected the top 5 theories of what might have possibly happened. There's many of them that going on in the community. But by far the biggest one right now is this whole idea that he threw the fight because he winked. It's not a wink. It's literally a wince. He got hit, he winced, and then he just went dizzy. That's what happened.
Yeah. There's really no clear way to say it. We can't make it any more clear than it is already. Goku lost. I don't know why every time Goku loses, it has to be oh no, it was obviously this or whatever. No, he lost. This is as clear as Battle of Gods is ending. Goku lost. Man, just
like I said, Toriyama has been all about being unpredictable right now with the series, and the fact that Goku's out in the first round, or I guess technically the second round, it just shows you that we can't really predict anything at this point. So I guess let's see what happens next week when Piccolo takes on Frost. I'm pretty sure he's going to win. I'm sure we get the episode leaks for the title sometime this week, which will probably spoil it for us. But I'm pretty sure that Piccolo's going to win. And then from there on, the fight will get, closer and closer to a point where it gets interrupted. Actually, I have a theory going up tomorrow about Hit, a really good one that I've been thinking about, that I talked about with Geekdom. So stay tuned for my channel for tomorrow for that, because that's going to actually if I call this is going to be a really interesting arc, or how the arc is going to be set up. So keep an eye out for that. But as far as Frost vs. Goku, I strongly believe he didn't throw the fight. I strongly believe that it was a secret ability. I mean, there's so much evidence around it. It's like the most recent argument between the Goku goes Super Saiyan Blue or Super Saiyan Yellow, and like it's like I was the only one saying Super Saiyan Yellow, and everyone was saying Super Saiyan Blue, and everyone was wrong. In this situation, again, there's evidence everywhere, and the most blatant evidence is the fact that Goku himself in the next episode preview says, "I have no idea what kind of technique that was." So he lost. He fell into the trap. He dropped his guard, and that's the end of the fight. So yeah, Toasty, is there anything else you want to toss out there?
Nope. Just Goku can lose. That's really all we learned today. Goku can lose.
He can
especially
lose. He's
if
not,
yeah, but Frost is gonna fight Piccolo next week, so that's gonna be cool. I mean,
and just
now I'm kind of moving on from Goku. So
ultimately, just remember, to those who think that he threw the fight, for Frost to get the assistance from Champa, he has to essentially assist in winning the whole tournament, just not one round. So just because if Frost beats Goku like he did in this round, he's not guaranteed assistance. Like, the tournament has to still be won by Universe 6 for them to get that reward. That's why they recruited the people that they recruited. So it's like there's so much wrong with the whole idea and theory that, you know, Goku threw a fight, and that's the reason why we're doing another video about this. So yeah, that's the last time we're actually gonna talk about this. I guess for now we'll just wait next week to see what happens. But for now, feel free to speculate your own ideas and thoughts based on what we discussed in the comment section below. So yeah, anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Alright, folks. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the rest of your day. Leave a like, rainbow, if you enjoyed this video. Of course, if you have your own thoughts, speculations, feedback, it's always welcome. But just remember, you have to think about a lot when it comes down to this idea that he threw the fight. Like, think about every possible outcome. He didn't throw the fight because it just doesn't make any sense. Just remember, Frost has to help the tournament, who has to help Universe 6 win the tournament, not just 1/8 fight to get the assistance. And that's like the biggest flaw with it. On top of it, like I said, in the next episode preview, he literally says, "I have no idea what technique that was." So yeah. Anyways, so let us know your thoughts. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the day, and we'll see you guys in the comment section below.